I have been spending a lot of time lately in sponsored display. And if you guys have too, you've seen all of the new stuff that's going on in there. There's new targets, new bid optimizations. There's some new targets that are automatically added to every campaign you add that you need to make sure that you see. So I wanted to make a video and touch on, off the top of my head, 6 different types of sponsored display ads, okay, that you can be running or that you can at least try out with all of these new targets, bid optimization, and then just kind of goals on what these campaigns are supposed to do. All right, so I wanted to run through these because I've been spending so much time in there myself and think it's always good to take a step back and organize and see all the different options you can have with just one type of PPC campaign. So, very first one, defensive ads. I've been talking about these for years, right? Just want to cover them really quick. Now, ASIN defensive ads. So, you have your brand, right? And what do you want to do? You want to target your own products with your other own products. So, it's basically just to think of it as you want to dominate the space on your own page. And what do we want to do? So, on all of these, right, we have 2 targeting options. So, I'm going to say what the target equals, and then what the bid can go after, and touch on those very quickly. So this one, obviously we're targeting products. Bid. Now, this can be visits or conversions. What I mean by this, we're going to do product targeting. We don't want to do this by VCPM. Now, if we want to optimize for conversions, the best way to think about the difference between these two, optimizing for conversions might get you less impressions, okay? Because think about this. We'll optimize your bids for higher conversion rates, drive sales while showing your ad to shoppers more likely to purchase your product. Or we'll optimize your bids for higher detail page visits. That right away is a wider audience, okay? So you might actually pigeonhole yourself a little bit if you choose all of your display ads to optimize for conversions. So what I'm saying here is if you have a really big brand, you might want to optimize for page visits here because that's going to give you more impressions and give you a higher chance of actually showing up on your own products, okay? But if you have a really tight brand and your products go together, like your supplements, like if you have a supplement pill and a supplement liquid or something, and you want them to show up on the same page, optimize for conversions, okay? And then you just, this one, you're just going to choose individual products. You're going to put your products in there, and boom, you're good to go. ASIN offensive. This is, I'm calling this research. Now, we're going to target products. And this one is, now we want to target, so I'm calling this my ASIN research campaign, right? Visits or impressions, really quickly. Test to see which other competitors or maybe like frequently bought together products you can convert on, right? So we're not quite going after our very, very top competitors that we want to always get conversions on. We're doing a little bit of research here and we're saying, you know what, Amazon, I want you to optimize my ad for visits because I want to show up on a product that is similar to mine and I don't maybe want to pay a crazy high cost per click. I just want to get some data to see if I'm going to convert on that, right? Same thing for impressions, guys. So I haven't even touched on this yet. You can target individual products. I have cast iron Dutch ovens here. You can pay by impression on other items. So the best way to think about this is say I am selling a Dutch oven, right? I know I want to show up on another Dutch oven. That's my direct competitor. I don't want to show up for impressions there. But maybe I want to show up for a skillet, right? So maybe I want to get impressions on this skillet because it's similar to my product. And I want to see if I can get some cheap VCPMs for impressions, right? I'm not paying by clicks here. I'm paying by impression. So that's kind of the differences that I'm showing here between ASIN offensive research and ASIN offensive attack. This is going after Dutch oven. If you are a Dutch oven, right? This one is going after a skillet if you are a Dutch oven. And that's where you're gonna bid for visits or impressions. This one you're gonna bid for conversions because you know that's your direct competitor. You want to convert off of them, okay? So those are those two differences there. And that's why I think it's kind of good to split those up because we have these new way to create our campaigns. Now, this one, I'm going to make a video on this one, so stay tuned because this is brand new and extremely dangerous. So if I'm making a new ad, this always shows up now, okay? I made a new ad, right? You can see here, this is still changing. What this is, think about this. This is going to be like the auto targeting for display ads, okay? So similar to advertised products. So they're saying, all right, we're suggesting you 100 products, right? I can add those and it'll bid on those 100. But if I add those right off the bat and I don't notice that other one is in there, right? If I don't notice that other one is in there, it's probably going to get most of the impressions because it is going after anything that's similar to my product, okay? So that is extremely dangerous. And I want to see if I can get this to show up again, right? So you see, I just changed a couple things and it's back. So if you don't notice this, this is basically like mixing an auto campaign with a manual campaign. Brand new. New is always scary because you're not going to know that's in there. So be extremely careful with all of these new sponsored display ads and try to segment this out. So that's what I'm saying with this one. Keep it on its own, okay? ASIN auto, that's what I'm calling this. I'm calling this as display auto campaign. Target products, bid, jury's still out on this. I'm going to set these up, okay? And we're gonna have to read some reports to see what goes through these. I want to see how smart Amazon's ads actually are with these and where we show up. So stay tuned on this one, but that one could be good, could be very expensive. Now, category targeting. I've also covered this. If you guys are making, we're gonna do, let's optimize this for visits, okay? Page visits. Now, again, remove this one. If you don't want to keep it, remove that one, have it on its own. So let's say I'm going after Dutch oven, pots and pans, and kitchen cookware sets. I really don't like to mix those with my individual products, right? Because now I'm bidding on products and I'm bidding on categories. Categories are always cheaper and they can always run away with the spend more quickly. And they're not always going to convert as well. These two are so different. That's why I have category on its own, okay? So do your category targets in one campaign. Do your ASIN targeting in other campaigns. Keep them separate. It keeps things so much cleaner. So that's what I have for number 5. And visits or conversions. Again, you guys see here, I'm not trying to throw too much at you, but you can do those by impressions, okay? You can bid those category by impressions. Just make sure you're labeling these and you know what's going on. The very last one is basically the last few videos I've been making. It's the audience targeting. So this is the only one where your target all the way up here is going to be audiences, okay? And these ones, we can either go by viewable impressions, and this is where right off the bat, they give you these two. Again, think about these as the auto targets. These auto fill, and they're going to probably be, they are going to eat up the spend much more than other things, okay? So if you want to keep these on their own, that's fine. But if you add other things on here, just know that these two defaulted because they're much broader and much wider, all right? But this very last one is audiences, and in the audiences, remember, you can do views remarketing and you can do actual Amazon audiences. One very quick tip here that you might not have noticed, you can only add in 20 audiences here. If you go past 20, it will stop you. So you might want to, set up a few different ones. Set one up for VCPM. Set another one up for page visits. Okay. All I can say again with these, label them clearly, have low budgets, have low bids. If these are brand new to you, you don't want to go crazy. Okay. Especially if you're a smaller brand, they might not even do anything for you. But just notice that you have a lot of different options and you're not going to know until you try. So a $5 budget and a 50-cent bid with 10 targets in here, it's not going to hurt you. You're going to get some good data and you're going to just kind of open up and really start to learn about a whole new type of way to advertise your brand.